Hey, I just wanted to make my TBR list for the Try Wizardathon. I really thank you guys for doing this. I needed a break. I'm a teacher. It's been a really rough year, so I cannot wait for tomorrow and get started, but I figured I'd make my little TBR video in my Halloween costume, which just happens to be our boy, all right, who inspired it all. So for the first task for the reading of the wands, I was originally going to do Chamber of Secrets because I've started rereading and that's where I was at. But for Christmas, I'm getting the Mina Lima version, so I'm going to hold off on that. It was going to be the obviously having a wand. Instead, I'm going to do the one in a magical place, which is Sorcery of Thorns. I actually picked this one before you guys had recommended it the other day because a lot of people at our school recommended it, so I wanted to get started on it and try it out. I've never actually read any YA fantasy, so I'm kind of curious to get started on it, but both of my librarians absolutely loved it, so that's my first 10-point task. Then for the first task, I'm going to do the 40-point challenge, which is where a bookware character has to collect an item. And I'm going to read one of my all-time favorite romances by Johanna Lindsey. And it is called Gentle Rogue with James Mallory, who is one of the great loves of my reading life. And I just find him really amusing and really funny, and the whole family. And I actually recommended this while I was putting my list together, and my intern actually read it in one night, and she just really enjoyed it and was laughing out loud when she was reading it. So that's my 40 points. Then for chapter 3, that's for the first task, yeah. Then for the Yule Ball, I'm going to do the 40-point challenge, which is characters of different backgrounds coming together. And I felt like a 1500s French alchemist and a couple of kids from San Francisco came together, pretty different backgrounds. Sorry if you can hear everything in the background. For the alchemist. Sorry. And that's The Immortal Life of Nicholas Flamel. I've heard it's really good, and it has a lot of that feel of Harry Potter to it, so I wanted to try this series out, so I was going to start it with this one. Then we go on to chapter 4, The Egg, and this is where I'm going to bring in, sorry, my boys are over here. I'm going to do the 40-point challenge, which is weeds or vines on the cover, and I'm going to read the ACOTAR series, which everybody says they love, except for maybe like one person at work. So it has the vines, but you'll notice it also has like some swamp weeds coming up here. So I'm going to start that one. I haven't read it, but I have heard wonderful things. One of my coworkers, it's one of her favorite series with her daughter. So I'm going to try that one out, and it sounds kind of interesting and fun too. Then we are going to go to the second task. So last week I read Percy Jackson, the very first book. I've never read it. My son has read it. My nephew has all his fish named after it. So I felt like it was definitely something I wanted to get into. So I'm going to read the one with sea creatures in it, and I'm going to read Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters. The first one was a lot of fun, and it was a nice, easy read, and I love Greek mythology, so I thought I'll give the other one a try and see where it leads to. All right, and then, woohoo, for my last prompt, my TBR list, I am going to finally read The Red Queen. I have been wanting to read The Red Queen for a really long time, so this is my prompt to actually get it done. That should put me over the 2,000 pages for the first task, and then I will decide where I'm going to go to on the graveyard. So I did change it around a few times, but this one stuck in there the whole time. I had to put General Road back in after we started talking about books last week, so I'm ready to read that one again, and I can't wait to get started. Thank you.